Hello, guys, welcome back. In today's match, we are bringing to you the key fixtures as we see in the CAF Under 20 Cup of Nation as we run the race correctly, strategically, bring what is pertinent, what is pertinent into the challenge. So, at this point, we look up to Senegal, Central Africa. The Senegal, ils vont prendre le premier match contre Centrafricaine un peu plus vécu de ce qu'il faut pour réaliser qui sera au-dessus ou qui sera l'opportunité de garder cette première marge le groupe dans présentement. On verra et embarquer toute la victoire dans cette nombre de cas pour le centre africain. Et ça va nous rejoindre ici plus tard dans 38 minutes pour qu'on puisse savoir qui sera le vainqueur dans ce match. On a vécu plusieurs matchs déjà dans ce tournoi et on a constaté qui est les gagnants et les victoires, ce serait le plus important de cette challenge qu'on peut plus voir dans le match. Concernant ce qui sera la tête à tête statistiques, on a vécu plus d'infos. On n'a pas pu lieu à organiser à trancher cette offre parce que ils ont le main d'œuvre là où il peut y lieu de leur pourcentage. Donc les gars, voilà le match entre Sénégal et Centrafricain. On va vous donner tous les pronostics avant que le match soit déroulé. La Sénégal ici auront la possibilité de se mettre en forme pour voir c'est le talent qu'ils ont amené et on commencera par tout ce qui est les premiers 11 joueurs qui vont commencer ici à New West Stadium, stade de Nouveau-Suisse. Et quand on voit Sénégal, ils ont tous ensemble et ils vécu le meilleur moment de leur performance. Ça veut dire, même si ils ont un peu derrière le centrafricain, peuvent nous donner de bons résultats concernant ce qu'on a vu ici et ça va nous donner encore plus les avantages pour voir dans le groupe C. Groupe C, c'est Centrafricain, RDC, Ghana, Sénégal. Donc, c'est ici qu'on a vu et c'est ici qu'on va vécu tous les pourcentages de leur performance concernant les tête à tête. Ils ont eu 0 match. Sénégal et Centrafricain, ils ont eu 0 match. Et ça va nous dire que il n'y a rien qu'on peut compter sur et il n'y a rien qu'on peut compter sur ça et ça donnera un peu de pourcentage. I think see the Japan small one remain for some white ball for inside fish there.
That thing was spoon. Give me. The thing of phone. I still lost under it.
Sorry. Et ça va nous donner un peu ici comment on voit Diallo, Diouf, Traoré, Dian, Diata, Doriva, Faye, Dandy et les autres qu'on n'a pas affiché le nom comme les gardiens, le défenseur numéro 3 et l'attaquant numéro 9. Concernant la Centrafricaine, on veut le 4-2-3-1 avec les gardiens qu'on n'a pas affiché le nom. On voit seulement 5 noms, et c'est-à-dire Yakuma Nzabako, Biakolo Idaro, Zé et Kilala. Voilà les quatre jeux qu'on a affiché le nom et un peu plus compter sur ça pour vous donner comme euh, œuvres qu'ils sont en train de suivre jusqu'à ils vont euh, ils vont concevoir le victoire comme un joueur et un homme prolifique dans cette dommage. Donc, cette groupe, ça va nous donner et ça va nous donner l'égalité. Il n'y a personne déjà qui est au-dessus du groupe parce que si on voit le groupe maintenant, c'est dans la même centrafricain 0 points, euh, LDC avec 0 points, Ghana 0 points, Sénégal 0 points dans groupe C. Donc groupe C, c'est-à-dire ça va nous donner plus d'infos et ça va nous dérouler jusqu'à au gars pour plus voir tout ce qui concerne les pronostics vainqueurs, ça sera Sénégal. Quand on dit vainqueur, ça sera Sénégal, ça ne dit pas que c'est point final, mais c'est seulement quelque chose qu'on dit et on n'a pas encore réalisé. Et ça veut dire, ça va nous donner tout ce qu'il faut pour qu'on peut plus voir. So, guys, at this point, as we were saying before we got up, we have given our own points of views and we have really relied on every occasion that has happened to be a more interesting happening and the timeline for them to really know that they have more concerning prospect as a means of going toward the rightful challenge, as it has always been a more fearful and frightful timeline to see that many teams have struggled, but they are still to make it up as a goal even or 1 point. We have seen a more formidable teams which we thought were going to be of great performance, but they ended up not showing their skills as I think they were flattered to be deceived as the she group in class of there and took it by an opportunity that will have really sample everything together and make things work for them. So if we start looking at the analysis in terms of lineup, we should already know where we head on to, and we should know what Senegal are preparing, as well as Central Africa, because it's going to be a long challenge for them to really play and enjoy, even when it comes to the graphic to be bringing to you to really see it as an opportunity to gain a plus for them to be opening the opening session as we see 30 minutes to go. And if we are opening and waking up 30 minutes to go. And we should definitely see the appreciation and the opportunity being given to different groups to showcase and make things work for them before we can patent it and still build it every moment. And that will be enough challenge for us to see what the Telenga Alliance, Geo Alliance, Telenga Geo Alliance will do as of getting a prospect. Proceed to see what can be the call for concern as a means of getting the deal done. So let's see where we head on to. Let's see where we head on to as a means to get to understanding. When things get better and we are still looking precisely for where to take the ball by the hand, it is at that very moment we notice and we realize even Senegal and DR Congo are up front, and we have seen all that happens to be so that we can still be upstanding and get related to where we see the challenge as an opportunity as well. So we are still waiting for Senegalese fans, Central African fans, and all the fans that we've been looking forward to cheering their team to victory. And if that is the call for concern, then we are going to be picking one after the other to really get to understand better. Because when we look at Senegal current form, it's really exciting because in their four previous matches, guys, we could witness three victories and one draw. And in this 2025, they have played two matches, and back in 2024, they played two matches. 2024, they played against Sierra Leone, winning two goals to one. They played against Guinea, winning two goals to zero. And in 2025, they move on to play a game uh, against the Congo with a draw in the first leg. Second leg, Senegal won two goals to 1-0 against DRC, and that is a way forward to say 10 points from the outstanding 12 is what we see. And Central Africa here have an underperforming form, as in their four previous matches we were able to get a victory, three defeat, zero draws. Out of 12 outstanding points, Central Africa were able, Amadou, Go Senegal, Central Africa were only able to give us only a win, which was against Gabon with two goals to one. So that alone should be more concerning, and at least we can view it and still stay up to the standard challenge by picking something more related to the conceptual timeline when we get up to analysis. So that will still remain the focus and the timeline when we are still bending the statistics from the challenge and get up with some milestone to really endeavor and keep focus around the same timeline. We keep in some good returning outlook for our concern, and that could be enough challenge for us to really be on top and look formidable to where they can really rely on the bottom line. So right now, guys, Senegal here, we be having a very good time in Central Africa because Central Africa already represented here as an underdog. It's not due to Sierra Go, they have already been represented as an underdog. It's not even due to the previous head-to-head matches. It's even due to their current form and performance, which is really something we have analyzed and we came to realize it could be really a mystery, not only to see Senegal win, but a surprise to see Central Africa win. Because any winning that will be coming from Central Africa is considered as a surprise victory. It's considered as a surprise victory that is making us to be more concerned as we remain the ultimate question we always ask all the time, just to know the viewpoint of fans, just to know the viewpoints of fans when they are up. And that will be a more precise manner of appreciation and concern as fans are up to date with the current events looking forward. So at that point, we can see or we can see understand as the game comes in the next 18 minutes. So we will see ultimate. And that will be another opportunity for them to be coming into a bold step, to a bold step to go for a turnaround where it matters. So guys, at this point, are you ready? Are you ready for the game? Are you ready for the game? We have already examined some few steps that will be happening, and that is how we get it up from time immemorial as a means of getting past, and that is going to be understanding, going to be an understanding for us to have it here as a key number so that we can stay up and still figure things out. That alone will give us some understanding as we can see to still keep up with the zeal. Mais quoi? Follow Diop. Soyez les bienvenus. Est-ce que vous allez bien? Maintenant, c'est on attend un match dans 19 minutes. 19 minutes, on aura le cercle comment ça va tourner et ça va nous donner ce qu'on attend ici, que ça peut plus être un match aventure dans la main de Sénégal comme il peut faire. So we can take it up at this point, guys, just to see what will happen as a means of understanding to get to see things the other way around. As you see, Senegal, the good TV, the good TV, Inch'Allah, Sénégal, bien sûr, on attend, on attend Sénégal pour nous donner le résultat qu'il faut. Parce que ça, c'est une victoire qui est garantie. Ça, c'est une victoire 100% dans la main du Sénégal. Il faut seulement nous donner à tout à l'heure dans 18 minutes. Et les Centrafricains, eux aussi, ils connaissent, ils connaissent tout ce qui va arriver ici. Et nous, on attend seulement pour confirmer et pour partager les victoires partagées. Zuma Boy, Zuma Boy, c'est le Sénégal qu'il faut et on attend déjà dans 10, 16 minutes et ça va nous donner de ce qu'il faut concernant le match. Parce que là où on a présentement, c'est pour attendre l'arrivée de le joueur dans cette match pour commencer. Ça va nous donner tout ce qui est comme as we see the possible lineups of Senegal with all that we're expecting as a means of substitution timeline. We were like checking for some of the key players, and we could not find here at the new Suez Stadium in Suez Canal, Egypt, to be the more focal point for us to base our mind, bring out something more peculiar and more poignant. And if that is happening, then we should consider giving a look and a thought on how difficult it can be for Central Africa to still take that bold step in the manifesting as from match starting time, the first minute, the final minute of the game. So that alone will still be up. Sada so, Sénégal, c'est Sénégal qui gagne et nous on attend seulement Mamadou. Bonne chance, le Lion du Sénégal. C'est le Sénégal que nous on attend pour voir si le Centrafricain, il ne faut pas le sous-estimer. Il peut toujours nous faire des surprises. Et c'est certaines surprises qu'on attend. Allez, le fort. Kanduro Kelly, soyez les bienvenus. Et ici,
Sintos, I don't dice.
Demba. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Let's see what happened as we are heading on to take Senegal, Central Africa into contention. Demba, welcome. How are you? I hope you are doing great. Okay, that is it. As we see things the other way around, looking at key points in 15 minutes to go.
Thank you very much. Okay. This is
What
what I've been
happened?
wanting to see.
What happened? So let's see where to make it here for the sun to shine. And Prince de Pierre, La Quatini, Central Africaine, c'est Jonathan, au revoir. C'est aujourd'hui qu'on attend pour continuer à faire. I'm fine, and you? I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Sadio Mane, the best player in the world. Amado. Sadio Mane. We could see that, and he has proven. He has proven just the fact that he has captained the Senegalese Teranga Lions to victory and to bring home a trophy that is representing the Continental Trophy, which is the African Cup of Nations. Is a plus for him to really merit that title. So, as we were saying, Senegal starting lineup 4-3-4-3. When we see Sissoko as the goalkeeper, Traore as defender alongside Konate, Diouf, Diallo, midfielder and attacker, we see Diongo, Doriva, Tiam, Faye, Dieng, Jandi. And now Central Africa here with their lineups of 4-2-3-1. When we see Boamanges, Yamba, uh, Biakolo, Ondombo, Zamba Komada, Yakuma, Hidaru, Ganza, Z, Kilala, Sugi, Abega, and Su. So that alone is what we see, and we can really testify good timing in the lineup as we still wait for a clarity as it is already confirmed. In the less than 12 minutes, we should be able to start hitting. Where, where? How did disrupt this extension for Dano? River, Idiom, Sheikh Diatara, Fatau. Are they playing in Egypt? Yes. Pepela, they are playing in Egypt. They are playing in Egypt. Sadaso, and that will be a challenge as we have seen it, making things to work the other way around. But we must have finalized the important showpiece for the game challenge right away to start happening at randomly. So let's get to cheer up and see what will be the love life with all that we be having. If we are concerned, then we need to really pick it up from there. We need to exchange presently from where it's coming so that we get into contention rapidly. See a turning point, a facet of the sporting event coming into us to really stand a chance of getting up and moving strategically when things happen adversely. So this is a match and the tournament is taking place in Egypt. For those who are asking, where is the tournament? So that will help us to understand better, even when we are still seeing some key fixtures we'll be aiming at bringing to us the standard challenge for the court concern as a manifesto, as a means to get it up. Senegalese stars are up, same like the Central African stars. We're looking at battling it at all window. For us to see the game adversely in a different timeline as the life is coming slowly but surely, as we are seeing on what is going to happen. That is where we are searching for the coverage right away. That is where we search for the coverage, guys. At this point, we are prepared. Which group is that? Okay. For sorry for replying your question late. This is group. This is this is Group C, where we have Central Africa, DR Congo, Ghana, and Senegal. This is Group C, and this is their match day one. This is their match day one. Group C match day one. Le match s'est passé ici. Oui, Ben. Bien sûr, ça s'est passé ici. Amadou, Senegal, we better be careful and show modesty. Central Africa can beat us. Yes, that is why I'm saying they shouldn't be flattered to deceive. For Zalian, they shouldn't be flattered to deceive because the she golf in class can be ending up being a disappointment. But for now, we cannot really identify until we bring the prospects after full 90 minutes because it's after 90 minutes we're going to get it done, and if we get it done then we are going to realize how fast both teams will go until they bring in the result we will be expecting to see from different angles. So let's see what happens as a means of getting to heat up and still taking some prospective challenges to be keeping the treasure in their hands as we are still expecting it to be.
I have to go to bed.
Hmm?
I have to bed. So
Is there anything? Is there anything?
think about it for me. So
Put down.
maybe maybe I don't know.
No be you go with am for morning time.
I
E
have
be
it
there inside
there.
your bag now. Check am inside your bag.
Play out a draw. Yeah, in Group B, Nigeria and Tunisia. Of course, Nigeria won by a goal to nil, while Kenya and Morocco. That game ended with Morocco winning by 3 goals to 2. This is action involving Senegal and Central African Republic in Group C. And the other match in Group C will see DR Congo take on Ghana. DR Congo take on Ghana on the 20 team. For correction's sake, in Group A, it was Zambia, of course, Sierra Leone, goalless, and Egypt beating South Africa by a goal to nil. Quickly, let me, of course, go through the starting lineup of the Senegalese team as we wait the starting the kickoff of this particular encounter for the Junior Teranga Lions of Senegal. Goalkeeper jersey number 16, Usman Konate Ngane, Falu Diop, the captain of the side, jersey number 4, Papa Dauda Diong, jersey number 6. Czech Tindiane, jersey number 8. Ibrahim Dieng, jersey number 9. Striker Lassana Traore, watch for him in jersey number 12. They've got Anton Diata, of course, jersey number 14. Ibrahim 17. Clayton Sivario Diandi, jersey number 18. And Meme Mamofaye, of course, in jersey number 22. We've just seen the kickoff we've seen the kickoff already of the game involving Senegal and the Central African Republic. This video is video credits the Confederation of African Football, who are ensuring that the games come to your viewing delight. For the Central African Republic, in goal is Borinigas Malimoto, the goalkeeper of the side. Rafael Yakuma in jersey number 3. Ariel Ondobo in jersey number 4. Tony Biokolo in jersey number 5. Junior Nganza in jersey number 6. Ronaldo Lebonze, the captain of that, in jersey number 7. Kusina Bamsu in jersey number 13. Francis Kailatin Benjamin Idaro in jersey number 18. And Abdias Entian Yangba in jersey number 23 for the Central Africa Republic. Less than 2 minutes played. It is, of course, Senegal nil, the Central African Republic nil. The first game of in Group C of the ongoing African Under-20 Championship. Of course, it used to be formerly called the African Youth Championship. Now, the AFCON Under-20 Championship taking place in Egypt after the initial host, talking about the initial host of this competition, the Cote d'Ivoire, pulled out, and Egypt had to be drafted in as an emergency host. Sit back and enjoy good football from Africa as you watched your delight the match involving Senegal and the Central African Republic. Good football from Africa as 4 minutes played. It is Senegal nil, Central African Republic nil. The first game of Group C in the ongoing CAF Under-20 Championship in Egypt.
see the first 9 minutes of game time between Senegal and Central Africa. Ça, c'est le 9e minute. Les gars, soyez les bienvenus. Ça, c'est le 10e. Ça nous donne un peu libre de nous forcer à 0 but à 0 jusqu'à quart de cette match. J'espère que le volume, c'est un peu, c'est un peu bon pour le moment. Et on attend le premier but, si ça sera Sénégal ou Centrafricain. So that's where looking forward to see the standard challenge timeline. If we're going to be getting something more better than what we got earlier, it's going to be a plus. So guys, we are just trying to fix on the volume as we had a lot of complaint that the volume is not coming. I think right now you guys can be able to hear. Je pense que maintenant vous pouvez suivre le commentaire. Jusqu'à maintenant, c'est un match très très important entre Sénégal et les Centrafricains et on verra tous ensemble pour vécu ce qui sera le premier pour marquer le but ici. Présentement, à l'heure actuelle, c'est-à-dire 16 minutes de cette match, c'est le Sénégal qui domine à 70% de pourcentage contre Centrafricain qui joue seulement à 30% de pourcentage. Concernant les corners, ils n'ont pas encore eu le premier corner quand ils ont en train de s'organiser pour voir si il est le premier but de cette match. On attend très important. Ça va nous donner tous, comme on a entré de vécu ça. Bonne chance aux Fav. Ils ont entré de tourner bien. Ça va ajouter quelque chose de très important. And now, guys, we got it at this point as Senegal plays up to the first 15 minutes of their game time, and we are able to see a gross domination of 70% ball position in the hands of Senegal against 30% ball position. That will be an opportunity for both teams to see if they can make it here for the sun to shine, as we are eager to see the first deadlock that will be broken any moment from now. Can we see from that free kick if Senegal will be able to give us or Central Africa are heading on to see Senegal being receiving their first big opportunity, Central Africa receiving big opportunity against Senegal. Can they give it a chance to see the first deadlock to be broken? Central African Republic, that's an opportunity. It went off. It went off. It went off, and we couldn't find more. We couldn't find more interesting timeline than what we have seen right away. 17 minutes of game time at New Suez Stadium. New Suez Stadium as we come. That will be a golden opportunity for whosoever deem it can be plus for them to be having a mimic sending strategy. Central African looking more interesting in getting the deal done within a maximum time frame. Hello, Nancy. When we look at the differentials, the timeline here, we can see every details as concerning the standing in Group C. Now, Central Africa start up with one goal. Central Africa start up with 1 point. You can see Senegal 1 point while we wait for DR Congo and Ghana. Actually, we're flattered. The streaming is steady in beat, but still has some problems. Yes, Amadou. Sorry about that, Amadou. I'm still trying my best to fix things, to make things look better than we have it right away. But it will still be a call for concern as the referee goes for a VAR check right away. If it can be a support, that's an injury for Senegal. Let's see if it will be some good chance for them to have a free kick that was a fault. That will be a disciplinary challenge with a yellow card will be a possibility here for that Central African player, Kosima. We Kosima be able to see as it is going on. We remember quite all right what happened between Nigeria yesterday as Kenya almost won against Morocco, but it was not Kenya's match. It started well, but ended up in a tragic situation. We thought it was going to be a surprise from Kenya, but it ended up not giving us that surprise. That is why we said Northern continent is one of the key technical squads so far. See Senegal to win, get further, Kosia. Yes, sure, certain. Senegal to win. Senegal to win. It's certain. We are going to see that, and it is only going to be a surprise from Central Africa if they can give us a goal. That will be a deciding goal for the tournament. That was a clear yellow card, guys. It seems to be something way more intentional. We don't think so because we are still observing from the referee what will be happening right away. Damn, inshallah. That is where we try to pick up and see how interesting Central Africa have started their game, and that is Senegal. Can we see that first goal? It could be unbreakable during the first 20 minutes of game time, and that will be leaving no stone unturned to see that all the teams still work things out as Senegal looks for the first corner kick. Can we get it? That is it. It was not properly centered. Another fault, another big chance for Senegal. A free kick. Ça, c'est notre opportunité pour le Sénégal pour voir si il peut nous donner le premier but de cette match. Maintenant, on a en train de vécu le même match comme Kenya et Maroc hier. Les Kenyans, ils ont bien commencé, mais ils ont fini par un moment tragique. That is a free kick. Can we see a goal banana line? As it concerns the defending champions title defense against Africa right away. You see it at 21 minutes, Senegal 0, Central Africa 0. Et ça va nous donner un moment donné le plus fort de cette groupe, C. Groupe C, ça nous joue Sénégal seul, Fatao. C'est un moment pour ils peuvent faire plus fort que ça. Moulay Hassan. And that is where we are going to be taking all the challenges as we have earlier seen it in a clear fixture where Senegal can be up, are going to win comfortably. That is Senegal. Can they get it done? That seems to be an handball against Tanzania tomorrow to continue topping the group and get ready for South Africa. Vamos Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone tomorrow will certainly be showing off as we see the analysis endeavors. That was looking nice until we got to the challenge. that is Central Africa, as they are heading on to break the Senegalese defense line in a more cautious manner. Le Sénégal entame la défense de son titre à la CAN sur 20 avec un match d'ouverture contre la République centrafricaine. Ça pour ne pas oublier que c'est un moment où on peut toujours avoir une surprise. Tu vas régler la situation, on est derrière toi. Et voilà l'opportunité pour le Centrafricain. Sénégal en faute, un coup franc qu'il faut donner l'occasion au Sénégal pour nous donner la première but de cette match. Si c'est possible. Maintenant, on verra. Voilà l'opportunité qui est claire. A clean match from this carnival. Why? There's nothing like fixed match. Adam. That is it. A goal. Missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. Fait du match qu'on a vécu ici. Le Sénégal champion en titre étamé la défense de son titre contre la République centrafricaine. Le Sénégal champion, comme on disait souvent, il s'agit de la première rencontre contre les deux équipes à la CAN sur 20 de la CAF. Total éligible, même si le Sénégal affronte une nation d'Afrique centrale en phase finale. Pour la quatrième fois, il n'a pas jamais perdu de victoire, un match nul. That is also a game to change something here. As we see the manifestation, it could be the upstandard challenge, but we still see things differently. As it is still as TV to Dora Shegnan. Long. Comment ça? Let's head on, guys, and see what will be happening right away. As we see a one-on-one challenge That seems to be another opportunity which has been missed out by Senegal. Why we see the smart squad of Central Africa as they are trying to reconstruct themselves and build a solid defense line that can sustain them up. I'm not as I took. I can't say that all black are my brothers. Like Yolan, reminder: we have the highest margin of goals scored presently, and the first hat trick in the competition. Beware of the Lions. Vamos Sierra Leone. Actually, Sierra Leone have shown their skills, Amadu, and we should be expecting more from them. The coming match, they face Tanzania tomorrow. You're going to see a more similar situation. The dominant position. But what happens if they still keep trying to embrace let's see a clear understanding here as Senegal picks up some offensive challenges, rising target, while Central Africa are reducing in effort at 33 minutes where we got 28% ball position, 0 corner kicks, 0 shot on target, and 1 shot off target. While we see the attack lines, Senegal are having 25 attacks against 19 in the hands of Central Africa, while dangerous attacks here, Senegal have 14 against 7 in the hands of Central Africa. That is times two, and we are expecting them to undergo a complete metamorphosis that can take them to a leading position with a goal scored. What happened with the goalkeeper, guys? The goalkeeper is going off, and we don't we don't see him. What happened with the goal? Seems to be a technical challenge here. And oh my God, that's how sustain an offensive injury that we may likely keep him at base. Waiting for them to go for a break. Let's see what happened, guys. Central Africa are forcing themselves to get something positive before the end of this first half, but there seems to be difficulties as Senegal are also trying to get something out as well. Opportunity again for Senegal, as we can see that being this close, and Central Africa takes it back. It could not go that way, as we have seen it. Deux équipes à la CAN de la CAF, même si le Sénégal a affronté une nation d'Afrique centrale en phase finale pour la quatrième fois, il n'a jamais perdu de victoire et match nul. Ils ont fait un match nul et gagné contre le Cameroun 0 but à 0 et 2 buts à 0 en 1995 et 2017. Et ont battu le Congo 4 buts à 3 en 2015. Les trois matchs étaient des matchs de groupe. That's a throw from Central Africa to force it up. It's a force to reckon with. As you can see, Senegal, that is it. We couldn't find it. Multiple opportunities coming in, guys, and they are not realizing their focus. They are not having a positive feedback from those trials. Birami, Nyang, Senegal, they're not having a positive feedback from those hangout. And we are entertaining as well in the FIFA Bisosa, where Brazil is already having a shelf spoils for the first period against Brazil El Salvador on 1-1. That's how we got that trial being done on different occasions. The referee got a call, and they need to look into what has happened so far. Guys, it is always said that it is not all about ball position. It's all about the tactical challenge, as we see 72.7 domination of 27.3% position. The hands of Senegal against Central Africa. Nous, on voit le talonnat, comment ça se passe. Les Centrafricains, malgré l'instance, le Sénégal le domine, mais il n'y a pas le Sénégal n'a pas eu l'opportunité pour marquer le but contre le Centrafricain. On a dans la main des Centrafricains, il peut nous donner. Ça sera une surprise pour faire la célébration. Central Africa opportunity going down there to see if they can pin up. We couldn't get it. That's another opportunity Senegal have just missed there, face to face with the goalkeeper, and it was really way ahead. And we got a throw in. It is better to be a throw in than a goal in some circumstances. Better to be a throw in than a goal. If we could see it at that point where 39 minutes is up, we got 6 more minutes to see the end of this first 45 minutes. That's a handball by Senegalese player. Bamboo. Maroc et Sénégal, frère. Bonne chance, les gars. On attend le jour Maroc va faire contre Sénégal pour qu'on peut, un peu plus voir les vainqueurs. Voilà, voilà les possibilités, as we could still find out that Senegal right now, as we see Central Africa trying to back up their claim with an interesting timeline of implementing new strategies and technique that could take them to the next level, that we be scoring here. Of course, it will be a meaningful challenge, as we do not underestimate the effort of any team that comes in with greatness. That is an opportunity that Senegal are having multiple times, but they cannot score. We are still looking forward to see how the Central Africa are being pressurized, are being put on a pedestal. La RDC a déjà champion en titre en 1991 lors de son premier tour de qualification contre l'Algérie. Elle avait remporté 1, mais elle n'avait pas eu pour jouer le match retour en raison de troubles civils à domicile. La RDC sera et les RCA affrontent des adversaires africains pour la troisième fois après avoir perdu contre le Burkinabé et les Gambie 3-0 lors des phases de groupe et des quarts de finale de 2021. Honestly, I'm not enjoying the streaming today. You guys need to work on it. Stop too much. I'm sorry, Amado. I'm sorry, Amado. It's I'm trying to fix things up. Trying to fix things up for us to have a better graphics. For us to have a better graphics, let's get that chance in the hands of Central Africa to see their second big chance of the first half. If they can get the deal done, they couldn't get it as we see it here. In the challenge concerning the match itself, where the connection goes in brilliantly in a more coverage manner, to have the challenge in wholehearted situation, and that could be a sign that things can be getting on well. Get to the where we can stitch happening at 44 minutes 30 seconds. We have 30 seconds more to go. We have 30 seconds more to go to end the first 45 minutes in our hands. As we could still understand that today is a better day, we are still looking for concentration where it matters. We have 2 more minutes to go to the end of this challenge in the first half. 2 minutes de temps additionnel jusqu'à la fin de cette première mi-temps. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. That is Central Africa to finalize their trials during this first half. But Senegalese are not letting go as they still have hope that even 2 seconds can do. Right away, we can see what is happening as Senegal is sweating in the hands of Africa. We thought it was going to be easy, but right now, trend turn out, which means in this competition, underdogs have started becoming the dog. If Central Africa still continue in this manner, get it all done, as they will be fighting for a draw in the second half. Ilala, that's a brilliant steps Central Africa are taking. That is the end. We come to the end of the first 45 minutes. Senegal 0, Central Africa 0. Ça, c'est la fin du premier mi-temps, le premier 45 minutes. Senegal 0, Centrafrique 0. On attend 15 minutes pour voir ce qui va passer dans la deuxième mi-temps. Ce sera très très important pour changer la façon de faire. Ou les Centrafricains aussi peuvent nous donner un clé ce qu'ils vont faire à combattre Sénégal ici. That is it, guys. As we could see, Senegal position 68.7 against 31.7. Total shot 8 for Senegal, 1 for Central Africa. Accuracy 83 against 52. Corners 2 corners against 0. And offside 2 against 1. 12 fours for Central Africa and the 4 for Senegal. That lands up to 0-0. Challenge for the first half. That will be taking us right away to see what will happen that second 45 minutes. So guys, pertaining to the statistics, we got everything that has happened in the first half of this game, as they were able to really put in that effort, which led us to a draw of 0-0 here at New Suez Stadium. New Suez Stadium, you could see it there. El Salvador lose. Are they out? No, Eric. This is just match day. It's not yet out. This is just match day 1. As we were saying, guys, defending champions Senegal begin their total energy CAF under 20. African Cup of Nations. AFCON title defense against Central Africa today. Republic with a Group C clash at the Swiss Stadium where we are right now, and that will be giving us will be us the opportunity to look around, still understand as it will be no heading on successfully with hands of uh, Central with what. So if we get the charity, we should be able to see the manifestation us as a pro bonus, even when things are happening adversely. That will be a better challenge for us. Let's try to get something fixed. As we saw the shabby nature of the game before, we are going to be back for the second half, stand better the situation, as we could see the first half as a moment to rehearse, moment to remember every happening and make it here for the sun to shine. So let's get it, guys, as we are still looking Senegal, Central Africa in the second half. That will have been the biggest opportunity of the time. So that we can still be there to. So that will be giving us halftime, guys. We are going to be back shortly to continue sharing with you. on the look of things. We head on to. So guys, we are going to be expecting the second half shortly. So on the race, let's see what the second half will look like. See the second half shortly. So guys, at this point, I'm waiting for the game to start. We are going to how that happens in the first half. Looking forward to the second half. See the challenge goes up. Minnesota 0 Muhammad.
Two corners, none for Central Africa. Hopefully, the goal comes for the second half between Senegal and Central Africa. We're taking a short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Being Sports.
What if your body didn't have to hurt after being active? Introducing Stogo, the only apparel with adjustable medical-grade support designed to help you overcome injuries, minimize pain, and regain the confidence to get back out there. Engineered with 90 feet of high-strength cables that reinforce the body and control dials that allow you to adjust the support. Stogo is trusted by professionals, world-class athletes, and weekend warriors who all want one thing: more activity and less pain. Learn more at Stoco.com.
Friends have been telling friends about Colonial Penn Guaranteed Acceptance Whole Life Insurance for more than 50 years, and with good reason. If you're between the age of 50 and 85, it's a sure thing.
Guys, we are waiting patiently for the second half to begin. We are going to see how what happened. Maybe we can excited. We are held on to it. So, so guys, I think we are back and heading on to see what the second half will look like. This based on the competition and bringing good from the game.
Number 7's going in. DMF for Senegal. And Faye is a man that went out. So get ready, cause the second half is right here on Bein Sports. Senegal and Central Africa match day 1 at the African Cup of Nations.
Design it, name it, recreate it. His design make you feel designs again. We give you the best quality in any kind of printing using the latest technology in digital printing. We offer the following services: graphic design, mesh printing, billboard erection, logo design, business card, flyers and posters, cap printing, banner printing, calendars, stickers, t-shirts and more.
We're up to a point where we're going to be looking at differentials where it matters in the second half. To continue doing it differently where it matters.
Prof,
Yeah, bro.
you call me?
No, I'll not call you.
Hmm?
Not call you. So that will be another understanding, guys, for us to see the second half an opportunity for both teams to really make it here for the sun to shine, as it is already a 0-0 challenge. Still coming back in the its own sphere. It's a means of getting the first goal of Senegal.
Okay.
Getting up as we see Senegal opportunity. Can they score this goal? Almost scoring, but not yet. We are curious to know when it will be another fresh line for us to see it when Senegal will be up. That is it. An effort that is being recommended. That is where we to see the change right away as Senegal have come back in full squad. That is a goal! C'est le but! Senegal just started the opening goal of the game right away, and we could see that as already a 1-0 against Central Africa. A 1-0 against Central Africa is where we are seeing it right away. Heading on to see what has happened, a more clear understanding for the Senegalese squad to have seen it far before getting closer, making hair for the sun to shine. And it is now Central Africa have realized they were in the game, for they have so much to do to stay up to standard. That is it. Central Africa pick up now. Senegal 1, Central Africa 0. And we are seeing the pick-up line where things are shaping and taking shape for Central Africa to revive. See if they can still make it here for the sun to shine. And then we can still take it as a call for concern. And that is opportunity for a corner kick for Central Africa to see if they can get an equalization or restoration of parity at that level. Can we see the latest opportunity to present itself for Central Africa? And right now we are up at all the angles we could understand. With all that happening just now, as we see Central Africans trying to build it up by looking at a different section of the challenge, as we could still understand better. before we give a stand. Still look forward in getting anything that will be happening the second 45 minutes. For a more visible match of that challenge. Senegal, let's go. It's 1-0 at 53 minutes of game time. As we earlier said, if at all Senegal are featuring at their 7 finals, as we could see, a missed opportunity by Yahya. Yahya missed opportunity against the Central African, which was supposed to be a big throw, and they were eliminated in the group stages in their first two participation, 1993, 1995, but have since reached the final in their last 4 appearances, as Senegal were runners-up in 3 tournaments in a row: 2020, 2015, 2017, and 2019, before landing the title in 2023. Along with Nigeria, Senegal are one of 2 countries to have reached the final at 4 successive tournaments. Senegal are aiming to become the first team to successfully defend their title since Nigeria won 4 titles in a row between 1983 and 1989. And Senegal's record in their opening game at the finals was something we saw. That's an injury for Senegalese as they came in contact with a Central African player. See, heading to explain more visibility. Let's get the deal done as we still see it. No. That is a goal that happens to be the first deadlock of Senegal. We could still read it very clear as the opening goal. And that could be running along the line to see if Senegal will be able to fix things out at the 58th minute, where we see the standard challenge as the game have gone by, to see Senegal keep pressing hard on South Africa, with the first goal of the game being scored by Tiam at 49 minutes. Tiam 49 minutes happens to be the ultimate changer. That was a clear fault that could have given Senegal another opportunity to stay up the challenge, still make it here for the sun to shine. You look at Benjamin Idaru. Benjamin Idaru got a yellow card from there. Bimbo, Sanchan. That guy need help. He's down. Asana. That is Senegal again. Senegal again. Can we see the second goal? Second goal. He missed out the opportunity, and Central Africa are going to replace that opportunity with an equalization, which could not really have happened as the goalkeeper saved that. Still a fresh start here as the Senegalese still rebuilding their confidence, getting the deal done. Is it good try?
Since the restart, far more direct. Saliudia, who previously led Senegal to the under-17 AFCON title, he is now in charge of the under-20s. Tactically astute coach, known for adapting his strategies to suit the opposition, albeit while maintaining a clear identity of attacking, structured football. We've seen him tweak his setup here to deal with the low block employed by CAR. The referee has paused proceeding once again to check on Senegalese player prostrate on the turf. It's this time with the captain again. It's Serine Faloudiv, who they meted a CAR sandwich between Kilala and Sunging awkwardly. Stefan Abdoulaye not best pleased, but he's got some work to do here. The final half an hour and another change in the offing. Just a couple of minutes after the first. Zay is joined on the sidelines by Kilala. Those two which seem the best source of chances early on for the CAR, but increasingly isolated in the second half. Discussions ongoing between Sungi and Diouf. He's now back on his feet, albeit moving a little gingerly. Up into the air by Biakolo.
I was gonna put this guy to sleep, but then I got high.
Yangba, who's really been able to get forwards in support of the right winger since the first 15 minutes, really. He is late to that challenge. I think we'll avoid joining Idaro in the book. It was clumsy rather than malicious, certainly for the CAR right back. That's another source of worry here for the CAR backline. It's kept alive at the back post by Dieng, but again, just they don't catch the shots quite right. The Senegalese players, that was, you could perhaps say, the strike of a centre-back from Konate. Not to do any defenders out there a disservice. Not the cleanest contact, certainly. Malimoto far from troubled. Once again, they win it back very quickly, though. Le Lionceau look to break away. Dieng uses his pace, went the corridor of uncertainty. It was plucked out of the air with no uncertainty by Malimoto. Dieng to use acceleration. Can't believe he doesn't get either the free kick or the corner. Okay. Happy to go to ground, to be fair to say, but was eased on his way there by Ariel Andobo. Another booking, this time for a Senegal player. Ibrahima Diallo enters the book. Sungi involved in everything in the last 5 minutes. Into the final quarter of this game now.
As I bought my key this house, I don't think I have another key. How many weeks?
Don't go to my own.
Let's work now. So we are still.
Yes.
You see?
He certainly blocked off Sungi, but making sure he knew. Diallo into the book. Floated in. Was headed away, but only as far as Junior Ganza. He looked to send it back to those waiting in blue in the box, but claimed by Sissoko. Looks to set away his team as quickly as possible. That might backfire. But good work there from Dorival. Get out of a tight spot. How rapidly he's been improving in terms of his reading of the game, and that has been clearly on display at times for the OL prospect. They are look to find the gaps in the Senegalese defence, but calmly chested home to Mohamed Sissoko. Central. African play quickly. Have to return to the right. De Jong waits for support to the right. Looking once again. Ball to the edge of the sent back where it came from by Ondobo. Senegal. Yeah. Every player in blue who started the match replaced. And will those fresh legs, fresh ideas bear fruit? There's the reward for the travelling fans. Headed north from the CAR. Brilliantly timed pass and run. Just wondered for a second there. As he looked to lose his momentum, Pengazonia. But he reset himself. Steadied himself. And slotted the ball home into the bottom corner. Nothing Sissoko could do with their first shot on target, just as was the case for their opponents. CAR find the net, and unsurprisingly, it's all change in white, a triple change. The 3 of the 4 remaining substitutions available to Sarinia Saliutia are all made at once. Defending champions concede more than a tournament. Their last defeat in open play at the finals was a 2-0 loss in the 2017 final. And they had kept 9 clean sheets in their last 11 games at the under-20 AFCON final. A run of 11. They'd only conceded 2 goals and scored 20. There though, is their first concession since 2021. Could be a costly one. So the CAR have the wind in their sails now, looking to turn this one around. A point would CAR continue to even out that particular stat. And you can see there from Boanaj Malamoto taking his time to dive on the ball that they will be very satisfied with a point here. CAR begin to take their time where they can over set pieces and try and help the clock tick down towards the 90-minute mark, whilst I'm sure keeping their eye on any potential breakaway opportunity to snatch all 3 points, which would be one of the biggest upsets in this competition in some time. I mentioned Senegal's astonishing run without a defeat in this competition. It's rather the opposite tale for the CAR. On a 4-game winless run at the finals, having lost their final game against Gambia in 2021 and their opening 2 in 2023 before the final draw. They have met a defending champion previously, back in the first round qualifier in 1981. That was Algeria. And they won the first leg 4-1, but couldn't play the second leg due to civil unrest. Could they shock the defending champions once again? More than 4 decades on. All it takes is one moment. Saw that there. Well executed ball over the top. And a calm finish from Pengazonia. Idaro receives treatment. I wonder if he might be the 5th and final substitution to be made by Bruce Stefan Abdoulaye on a yellow card and now seemingly carrying a knock. For now, CAR will have to defend with a numerical disadvantage. Sheikh Tiam spins away next to Setaway Gaye. Back to Tiam. Diong to Diouf, looks for options in front of him, has to resort to a pass to his fellow centre-back. Kanate does lift the ball forwards, but doesn't find a player in white. Diallo combining with DMA. Two 17-year-olds. Of course, chaos down that right wing at times in this second half. Would that be the case again here? Well, there was your moment, Senegal. It was that same combination again. DMA onto the head of Sheikh Tiam a little over a half an hour ago. They combined perfectly for the opener. This time he headed wide, and that would prove to be his final touch of the ball. Tiam is Senegal's final substitution of the evening. On in his place comes the number 10, Sedi Diuk, who will have about 5 minutes to show his manager what he can do. Try and earn himself a place in his thoughts ahead of match day 2. Will that prove to be the moment for Senegal? Or not if DMA can do anything about it. Here he comes again. Got it in to the middle to Dia, who beat Malamoto to the ball. couldn't keep it in play. Looks the most likely source. Goal or a mate. Made a great case from the first whistle. In a few days' time, match day 2, Senegal will take on Ghana. This will be on Monday evening. Will they be at the top of the group when things get underway there? Could they be at the bottom? CAR win it back in the Senegal half and win a free kick. First involvement of note from Diuk is not the kind he'd have been hoping for. Catching Pengazonia, who has produced exactly the kind of involvement he'd have been dreaming of. So, entering the fray. Ball is floated in, straight onto the head of Diouf. He tied up on the edge of the area. Sent towards Dia, who brings it down brilliantly on his chest. Waits for the cavalry to arrive. Gaye did arrive and was promptly wiped out by Abdias Yangba. Right back. Plays his football in Italy. He's the latest to enter the referee's book. Now from all over the Senegal squad, as mentioned. A few from France. Kilala playing for Antwerp in Belgium. That'll be catching practice for Malamoto, and only 3 minutes of stoppage time. Wonder if there might be a little more than that. Time is now officially running out for Senegal. Could CAR be the team to produce the final clear-cut opportunity of this match? Perhaps not. Didn't break into the final third now, and we'll have to retreat. Gaye, however, also can't find a way through. Pengazonia making a nuisance of himself, making life difficult for the Senegal defenders, more so than any of those who started the match had. That's going to be flicked on, but run abandoned, and Malamoto will head to the corner of his area by a few seconds and ensure that Abdurrahman Dia exerts a few more calories before picking up the ball. Sends it long. Half of the 3 minutes has already come and gone. It's now or never for Senegal if they want to pick up where they left off 2 years ago with a win. It's always going to be a hard act to follow. A pretty much faultless campaign resulted in the trophy being lifted. Into the final minute. And it's the CAR side with the ball. Frustrating, Lelionso, but now is this the chance, the last chance? It's knocked on by Gaye, but just caught in two minds there. I think Usenu fell sec. You see the reaction there from Junior Nganza. Seeing the CAR defender slide in, just threw Sek off his game, and ultimately it was his touch, the final one. And so the 3 minutes up, CAR goal kick to come, and it is the final kick of an enthralling 90 minutes in Suez. Not the dream start for Senegal. The reigning champions are held to a draw by the underdogs in Group C. It is a dream start for the Central African Republic. They held firm in the first half, and despite conceding early in the second to a Sheikh Tiam header, they held their nerve, kept their heads, and eventually grabbed their equaliser. Diogen Pengazonia breaking beyond the Senegalese backline and slotting home what would prove to be a goal which earns them their first points of the 2025 Under-20 AFCON. It is Sheikh Tiam, your man of the match, goal scorer. He could have won it. Similar chance for his and his side second. She couldn't convert. Will certainly be the CER players though who are the happier here.
So guys, that is where we finalize the game as the game have come to an end, and we saw an outstanding performance from Central Africa, as we thought they were the underdogs. Nevertheless, have they been underdogs? They have shown their skills and they have really gone far beyond. Looking forward in all that could have come in to center the game, and Senegal have not really put out the performance that were expected from them. That makes them looks at least a little bit of underperforming, as we thought the dog will become